enhance my business.
It's a community where like-minded people get together.
Tech Beach retreat has been truly amazing.
Welcome back to the sunny side, where we'll be mixing silicone with sand for the 2024 Tech Beach retreat. The co-founder, Kirk Anthony Hamilton, has been working to put the Caribbean on the map for tech and innovation. And today he's here to share how the region is shaping up to be the next Silicon Valley. Kirk, welcome. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Morning. I've been hearing this about the region, the Caribbean, as the next Silicon Valley. You know, we hear it, but
Yes.
is it something that is actually reality, that real potential is there and we're acting on the potential?
I believe the potential is there. I believe we're in a very early stage of getting somewhere. We try not to use Silicon Valley too loosely. You know, Silicon Valley is a decades-old concept that started with actual factories setting up, building silicon chips, etc., in that part of the world.
Right.
And a significant amount of wealth was created, transferred throughout the market, and now you have what is Silicon Valley, right? So what we need and what we are hoping to do is to mint ultimately millionaires in the Caribbean who then go on to do the same, minting more and more millionaires. So that's our plan.
For those of us who have never heard of Tech Beach,
Yes.
what exactly is the tech and the beach?
So Tech Beach, I think, it's an awesome concept. What we've done is taken advantage of Jamaica's, you know, all-inclusive infrastructure with these large hotels that we have, and we use them as campuses. So we have large groups of people come in from overseas. We have a large group from Jamaica, a large group from the region, and they come mix and mingle on this site where nobody has to think about where am I having breakfast, where am I having lunch, what am I going to take this person to do. You know, it's so easy for them to get interconnected and to mingle that the kind of relationships that are formed over 3 days are mind-boggling. Yeah.
And so, in what ways have we, you know, made this work, and what's the evidence of it?
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of strong results. First of all, you know, Tech Beach is presented by Google, which is a first for the Caribbean, and they're a major partner of ours. So this is not slapping a logo on somewhere.
Right.
We also work with organizations like the Development Bank of Jamaica, etc., to help steep certain values in not just Jamaican entrepreneurs, but throughout the region and get capital into their hands. We've seen numerous investments across the market. We've seen entrepreneurs from our programs get accepted into global spaces and global programs. We've seen them raise money from investors, both locally, regionally, and internationally. So we're seeing a lot of positive strides. As I said, you know, we have a long way to go because you need multiples of this to happen in order for you to really start talking about silicon anything. But, you know, from where we started to where we are now, the transformation has been amazing.
Let's expound on that a little bit, because you mentioned Google, which is, I don't know if you realize, but both Dennis and I were like, but you also mentioned other, you know, international companies. Obviously, you're bridging the gap between the Caribbean and these international companies. Can you share maybe a success story from 2023 that people can appreciate to be like, wait a minute, okay, they're doing the do?
Yes, I will. So a good example is last year we shared on stage, there was a Caribbean company, Jamaican actually, that raised $500,000 US from an international venture capital firm, right? And that was announced on stage in Tech Beach. In terms of how we work, we actually have a Miami event. Earlier this year we did USVI, we did the Bahamas. So we've created this broad footprint. Those two entities actually met at Tech Beach, Miami, and a whole journey began where they came to Jamaica, connected again, and then 1 year later, this investment was announced, right? So this is not short, it's not a short story in terms of how these things happen, but we are seeing, you know, more and more of these kind of successes. Another example is, you know, Massey has been a partner of ours for a few years. They've been following us.
Yes.
And Massey is now undergoing this journey as one of the Caribbean's largest conglomerates, where they ultimately want to become a data enterprise. They field a lot of data. A lot of Jamaicans may not see Massey in this way, but on that side of the world, Trinidad, the Eastern Caribbean, etc., Massey owns a lot of retail, right? And so they're seeing a lot of data, but it's not being leveraged in certain ways. So they've started to partner with TBR to undergo this transition as a 100-year-old entity in the Caribbean, now wanting to transform into a digitally relevant organization.
All right, so say you've sold some people on this and they're like, I see myself in the tech ecosystem, but I'm not plugged into this. How do they get plugged into this and become a part of Tech Beach?
Well, I want to give this quick comment, right? So we view technology as the greatest wealth creator that the world has ever seen by multiples.
Absolutely.
And we believe everyone should view themselves in the light of technology because it is changing the world rapidly, and without it, many of us are not going to see success in the future, right? So Tech Beach is actually not a techies environment in terms of just a bunch of programmers, trying to hack solutions, right? We actually bring together a lot of the other parts that make tech successful, the marketing, the business development, etc. In terms of getting plugged into our network, I mean, we have a very strong presence on social media at Tech Beach Retreat. We have our website, which is where everyone registers, which is techbeach.net. Just clarifying that, so techbeach.net. And so, anyone can go to our website, sign up, and take advantage of what we have to offer.
When is the next event?
The next event is in 2 days.
Okay.
We start on Wednesday, December 4 through to December 6. And, you know, we see a lot of people sign up in these coming days every year, right? So we welcome folks who are looking, who are interested in transformation, even those, you know, who are already in tech in Jamaica and the region, who just need to reach something outside of what we may have on the ground, right? To expand their offerings and their services and, quite frankly, their opportunities. We encourage them to participate.
Looking forward. All right.
Great
Sounds
stuff.
great.
That was Kirk Anthony Hamilton, Tech Beach Retreat co-founder. So we're jumping from billion-dollar ideas to billion-dollar bonuses. Hey, Moana, we're there with the billion-dollar bonus. Up next in Money Masterclass, please stay with us because we really need to hear about this.